Okay, so we're looking at quickly attaching a debugger to your spider. Another approach to debugging a spiders is to use a regular Python debugger such as pdb or pudb. I use pudb because it's quite powerful yet easy to use debugger, and all I need to do is activate it is to put the code in the line where I want a breakpoint. So let's install it and see what we can do with it. So pip install pudb. Got it there. Let's install it, and once we've got it installed, we'll add it into a Scrapy spider and we will see what we get. There we go, that was pretty quick. So let's try it. Just going to run one of my favorite commands, which is cd space minus, and it takes us back to our previous directory. So let's just do clear. And yeah, what have we got in here? Let's do code stacko.py, and that will open up VSCode for us with the Stack Overflow spider, which I wrote the other day, which was is it opening? I think I had that always on the top. Yes, I did. So let's see where we need to put pudb. So according to the documentation, first off we need to do import pudb into our spider. So let's put it down here, and then okay, so we've imported pudb, and I've put pudb.setTrace, set_trace on line 16, so it should show us what's going on with the first start request. So let's run it and see what happens. It's exciting, isn't it? Python stacko. Let's just make this full screen so we can see it in all its glory. Python not found. Maybe it's Python machine. Sorry, this is an OS boxes image. So, and nothing happened. Well, nothing different. So. Why did nothing happen? Let's investigate. Okay, let's just get rid of that. I'm going to just copy what they did exactly. So let's remove that and put it in after here. So we just see what our request is and save that. And nothing happened. Well, it visited our 6 pages, but nothing new happened. So let's investigate again. Okay, so after a couple of minutes on the Googler, I've found the correct syntax to run it, and here we go. So if you're ready, let's press the magic button, and we've got the spider on the left hand side. We've got variables, stack, breakpoints, and yeah. So let's go down to what do we need to do to run it. We need to, okay, n is next, and what's it doing? Okay, so module Scrapy from home. It's loaded the Scrapy module. And again, it's going to load the spider. That was really quick. Crawler process, it's loading. So now it should instantiate the class. Crawler process type. A spider, the type is a spider. Okay, so, and now it's jumped to if name equals main. Process, crawler process. And there we go, it's running, and that was quick. And process start, next, it's gone off and fetched the URLs, and that's probably it actually. Yeah, your pudb session has ended. Would you like to quit pudb or restart your program? Let's restart. So let's how do we set a breakpoint? Let's go down with that. Yeah. So let's set a, do we set a breakpoint here, I think? So B? Yeah. So what I want to do is I just want to capture the details of the request before it yields them. So let's run again and step into, let's do next again, shall we? So loads Scrapy, loads of spider, loads of requests. Starts call a process, then it'll go to main, and then it's, where are we now? Call a process type, request type, breakpoints, stacko, line 17, no hits. And here we go. I don't know. I'm trying to move that across. Processing exception hit. Hit E to examine. Okay. Reactor not restartable. Blocking call. Process start exception viewer. Wow. Don't call this directly, call reactor.run. Instead it should take care of handling this. This method is somewhat misnamed. Okay, so I'm not even going to pretend to understand the more intricate workings of this, so next, okay. Program terminated for uncaught exception. Wow, post-mortem mode. Sounds serious. Reactor not restartable. I think this is because I've been debugging it in the middle and it's, I don't know. Let's next, let's go back to the command line. So clear. And then exclamation, no, clear. Command line, Control X, Control X. Well, this is yeah, this is interesting, to say the least. Well, this is yeah, wow, this is, I don't know. This is okay, is that, now if I do exit, yeah, we got out of it. So yeah, must try harder, I think. Hopefully this is piquing your interest. This is a bit of fun, well, not fun, but it's a little bit of experimentation. So just to recap, what have I done so far? I've installed pudb. Then you do, so this can be used not just with Scrapy, you can use it with Python in general. So Python 3 -m pudb.run. So it's only this bit here, it's the spider name, which is unique to, well, it's not even unique to Scrapy because I've turned it into a script, but there we go. So let's just run it again for lols. And really it's just a debugger for Scrapy because it's difficult to do it otherwise. You would struggle to do it, well, you wouldn't struggle, you just wouldn't do it with VSCode. Let's just do S for step into breakpoint. Source code not available. You can also, I'm not even going to pretend to know any of this, so let's just I know how to exit it now, at least. Your pudb session has ended. I wonder what we get if we get examine. Post-mortem mode. Quit. There we go. So yeah, just a little bit of fun, really. Little bit of experimentation. And what would you get if you tried to debug it with VSCode? Say if you put a breakpoint there, and then you did start debugging. Python file. I'm in the wrong directory anyway, so I don't think this is going to work, but yeah, file not found. Exception has occurred, no such file. Let's, I'll just take this to the right directory and then we'll run it. Okay, let's just try and run it again from here then. Run without debugging. Why does VS Code insist on going back to the other directory? Whenever I try and run my spider, so I've got all these. Let's get rid of all these. Right. New terminal. Select current working directory for new terminal. Okay, let's bring up that. Let's copy that into VSCode. Start debugging with. You see, that's going to go to the wrong directory. So let's cancel that. And it's not doing it. Right, we need to. So this is for the workspace. I don't want it for the user. So, I see, it's folder. So within, why has it added these folders? Let's have a look. What are my folders? Documents, scrapers. So I've got other folders. So why is it only adding these two? I don't know. I don't think there's anything that I did unique to this, but add folder to workspace. So I need to add my stacko folder to the workspace. And now, if we do start debugging, it's still going to fail because it's still running from the wrong directory, and I need to tell terminal to new terminal. Haha, it's showing it. Right, stacko. Now it will run it from the right directory. Now it will find data CSV, and now I can debug in VS Code. What a carry on. Right, start debugging. Let's go. No, sorry. Right, stop. That's the old one. Let's delete that. Run, start debugging. It should run. No, why is it going to the wrong one? Python debug console. It's the wrong debug console. Right, okay, maybe you need to choose that. Let's run again. Run with debugging. Variable file cannot be resolved. Please open in an editor. Let's just run without debugging. Start with please. Okay, that's gone to the wrong directory. Let's Python debug console. Delete that. Configure terminal settings. No settings found. Oh, just work. Just please work. If I run it from Code Runner, it will run fine. It's just that the debugger. Okay, let's go for the update. Maybe that's what's been making it run a bit slow. It's secretly downloading loads and bits and pieces in the background. Here we go. At last, it's working. So even though it's trying to, the default debugging directory is w3 whatever, it is nevertheless changing directory to my stacko directory, which is what I want. And if we do step into, here we go. So this is effectively what you saw with pudb, and you can inspect your variables. And also you can see the error, and the error is because it's not finding data CSV, because whilst it's changed directory to run the script, it's not changed directory, it's not looking in the stacko directory for my data file, my data CSV, so okay, so what I've done is I fired up the Googler, Stack Overflow, and what I searched for was Python and VSCode set working directory to Python files path every time, and scroll down to option 2, and then so let's do control plus comma, and then we want python.terminal.execute file there, and we paste this in here, which is in settings, and it narrows it down to one item. Python terminal execute in file directory. When executing file in a terminal, whether to use execute in the files directory instead of the current open folder. Here we go. Let's try that then, shall we? And you just tick it and it's already saved it. So let's try and finally run this properly. And let's see where it's running it from. It's running it from the correct directory, and it's worked. So apologies for all of the standard renderer. Would you like to alternative update? No, not for now, thank you. And yeah, let's do some debugging then, shall we? So let's do run, start debugging. And now it's running from the correct path. Just give it a second or two, and okay, it stopped at a breakpoint, which is good. And we want to step into no such file, and it's gone back to the wrong directory. This is not good. And as we can see, I've got data CSV in the same directory, and workspace. Let's just scroll up a bit, and so as you can see, I've got 3 folders. So I'm going to remove this folder from the workspace. It will let me. And this one, remove from workspace. Okay. Let's just change directory to home directory. CD documents. Scrapers. Well, let's just see if it'll run without the debugger, because let's get rid of that altogether. Let's just try Code Runner. And that runs fine. So, something with... Okay, let's just investigate what this says. And apologies, this isn't the quickest on the here, it's running on a VM, so. And that brought up nothing. So let's ignore that. So we've got it working correctly, but still not debugging. So start debugging again. Debug the currently active Python file. Yes. And we can see that it ran fine. So it runs fine when we do run without debug, but if we start debugging, bear in mind I've got no breakpoints set here, so okay, that was fine. So instead, let's just okay, let's just comment out that, because that could be causing an issue. So let's just put a breakpoint with the start URLs. And let's just start debugging. And all I really want to do is just get the debugger to show me the start URLs. Okay, right, let's do step into. Should be 6 iterations here. Yeah, that was 6. And you can see it, and it appears to be working now. So there we go. And yeah, we are now debugging and stepping through, and now it's finished. So yeah, there we go. After all that drama, we now have a Scrapy spider which runs with debugging. I think probably the fact that I ran it here was actually not in fact part of the Scrapy framework as such. If you try and debug it with part of the way through some asynchronous requests, then I suspect you could get unpredictable results. So let's leave it at that. But if anybody's more experienced with debugging Scrapy and debugging Scrapy with VSCode, then yeah, please let me know, and yeah, let's explore it some more. Thanks for watching.